So just again, a little tip for anybody who's working outside their comfort zone: ask it to falsify itself, or a test that would falsify its theory.
Don't be afraid to interrogate the AI.
Welcome to Off the Cut.
Dude, I haven't touched any wood in a long time.
And that's why it's covered in plastic.
Oh, man.
Some X-rated content there.
I don't care how long it is.
Thoroughly excited.
Great for the pocketbook, bad for the environment.
Oh, I'm number 3.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad we got the explicit out of the way early.
If I'm going to put money into this, it's going to be great. And I guarantee it.
Don't forget to spend your Urkel bucks.
That was super easy.
Get it? Oh, I was going to try to... Hold on. I got it. Turn off the loop track. I got to start it off. Welcome to Off the Cut.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, I know. Episode 203 for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. And there ain't no party like a KM Tools party, is what I always say.
You're goddamn right, Eric, because Jonathan Katz-Moses has assembled the Woodworking Avengers team to create the best woodworking tools known to humanity. He's here to save the universe from cheap woodworking tools.
From Temu.
I think Temu is Thanos, and Temu's trying to collect all the cheapest woodworking tools to destroy your next project. I don't know. There's a funny ad read in there somewhere, but they need a cleverer man than I to come up with it. But seriously, everything at kmtools.com is either designed by Jonathan and his team, or it's stuff that they actually use in their own workshops. Because if it's in their shop, it's in their shop. That's the tagline I'm pushing, and one of these days they are going to adopt it on their website. So they got all sorts of high-quality stuff that they've poured hours and hours into. You know, I have my bourbon blade here, which I love, which he made with bourbon moth, which is very cool. Yeah. Oh, here, hold on. Let's get a quick ASMR.
Good.
We haven't done that in a while. We used to play around with this quite a bit on the show.
I know.
Yeah, but
it's my designated 3D printing remover tool. Yeah,
dude, it's the best.
You can't beat it.
I had somebody comment on a video recently. They were like, "Is that it? Are you using a bourbon blade to to pry 3D prints off the build plate?" It's like, you're goddamn right I am.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep going. I got to circle back about something.
Okay, we'll come back to this. So if you shop at kmtools.com, you get to feel good about yourself because a portion of every single sale goes to support the Katz-Moses Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund that puts tools in the hands of people who need them. And Jonathan very generously gives us $50 to give away every single month to one lucky patron. So if you want to get entered into the drawing, all you got to do is go over to patreon.com/offthecut podcast. /offthecut or /offthecut podcast?
Off the Cut podcast, I think.
All right, let's go with that. You know what?
You Google it. You'll find it.
Yeah, don't go to the URL. Google it. You'll find it.
Bing it. Do it on Bing. Do it on Bing.
Sign up to and you will be automatically entered. It's a pretty cool little thing that we get to do every single month for one lucky patron.
Hey, something else we're doing every single month is formerly known as the BYOC live hangout call, now rebranded as the Lumberyard Hangout. Mark your calendars. Excuse me, Tuesday, February 24th at around 8:15 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
We will be hanging out live with all of our top tier patrons.
Goddamn right.
At the Lumberyard Hangout. So become a patron. You're going to get entered to win that $50 Cam Tools gift card. You're also going to unlock the after show, the bonus show, and top tier patrons get to do the Lumberyard Hangout with us every single month, which again, this month, February 24th. This is announcing it 2 weeks in advance. This is
we're organized. I think last time at the BYOC/Lumberyard Hangout, I showed everybody the formula that I use to make my thumbnails on YouTube. So there's all sorts of weird, fun stuff that goes on behind it. But I did like a live thumbnail creation in Photoshop. It was fun.
It was good. Well, I know. I want to get back to that too, because dude, I had an epiphany this week.
Okay.
Absolute epiphany. Anyway, this place just keeps getting better. Our good buddy Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking is like, listen, Jonathan, a $50 gift card to Cam Tools is nice and all, but I will not 1 up you, not 2 up you, not 3 up you, 10 up you.
Yeah.
Bill,
Yeah, you're right. That math
Bill
checks out.
at Bill Burkle at WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway is running a giveaway right now that you can get a $500 gift card to WTB Woodworking plus a whole other package of other stuff coming in at just barely below 1,000 US dollars.
If I was going to give Bill one criticism, he's been very good to us. He's a great
Get
guy.
over
He's
the
running a
phones.
great store. I would have been like, throw in a couple t-shirts, get that bad boy up to $1,000.
Well, see, this is probably like, the Valentine's Day, the anniversary thing. And hear me out. You don't want to start out too big.
True.
You have to 1 up yourself. So he's like,
True.
I'm just incremental steps every single week.
Speaking as a guy who's 13 years into a relationship and has been trying to 1 up himself constantly, it's getting really hard these days. I'm struggling.
He sets the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
I do want to go out on a limb and remind everybody that today is Tuesday, February 10th, and that February 14th is coming up.
Yep.
If you're expected to do anything. And if she says that she doesn't want anything, she's lying.
That means you got to try twice as hard.
I know.
What is the 14th? Does that end up being a Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
So if you're listening to this live on...
Go to the store right now.
Run. Put your phone down and go.
And then hit them with, you thought I forgot, didn't you?
Yes. This is your... Yeah. Yeah.
If you're catching this one after it dropped into your podcast feed, we're sorry. We tried.
Yeah. Hey, should be listening.
Invite her to the lumberyard
beforehand.
Well, I tell you, not only do we have your back, but Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking has your back. He's got lumber. He's got sheet goods. He's got router bits. He's got power tools. He's got finish. He's got everything you need. And I just learned that he also has custom CNC services. So if you buy, if you buy one of the, these massive slabs, nobody has the time to flatten this. He'll do it for you.
Oh, he'll do the flattening. Will
Does he sell the epoxy too?
I don't know that.
He'll sell you the epoxy.
That's what I know that. He sells the epoxy, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sandpaper. He sells it all.
He's got it all.
I think maybe he might. I think he does.
He's got everything. If he just sold prefab legs, he'd be your one-stop shop for.
That's true. I wonder if you asked him nicely
tables.
if he would engrave something in it for you too.
Oh, I bet.
Flatten it, put your logo in it.
He's offering customize your space with handcrafted signs and plaques. I can't imagine he wouldn't.
Oh,
yeah. All right, there you go.
But anyway, check out camtools.com, check out WTBwoodworking.com, and let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. Give me. Okay. You teased us, so come on.
Yeah. So I got one question. And if this doesn't go anywhere, it's totally fine. I left a comment on your most recent video.
Oh, yes, I saw.
Did it spark up a lot of controversy?
I don't know because I don't check comments on my own videos anymore.
Okay. So
I saw that though, and I was like, okay, this one I should check, and it just slipped my mind because
I was wondering why I'm always left on red.
So Zach put out a new video. It was about his water-cooled PC and stuff, and people in the comments were, "This is sick. This is so cool. Like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome." Right?
Really? So people actually said nice things. Usually,
people loved it. Yeah,
just people being angry.
Yeah, people loved it. And what was I going to say? Oh, so I left a comment said something along the lines of like, "Computer's nice and all, but the real question is, did we actually land on the moon?"
Oh,
and it was early enough in the video that there were only like 7 comments.
Okay.
So I was like, I've got a chance to just really fire people up.
Yeah, that's a good. We love conspiracy theories here on the show. So,
and you're going to get tons of interaction with that, I would assume.
I think everybody's got an opinion about whether or not we landed on the moon. I've actually never
you received no responses.
Oh, I got no responses.
Oh,
how many thumbs up do I have?
1.
Okay.
Oh,
2.
Come on, what a dud.
I'll try and I'll go in and pin it if I remember after the show.
Everybody out there listening has to go to this video, Find Spenceley Design Co's comment and add to it on your own.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
leave a reply, thumbs up, like let's get this going viral.
I've never met anybody other than Neil Armstrong. Not that I met Neil Armstrong, but I've seen him get really fired up about it. He's very...
Because he's protecting the lie.
well, exactly, right? He's the only one who is super committed to the idea... God, sorry, I can hear sirens outside.
Well, it's because you said we didn't go to the moon. Neil Armstrong
Yeah, they're
called the
coming.
police.
There you go.
No,
Got your
but
first
everybody's
reply.
like, yeah, maybe we went to the moon, maybe not. I could kind of see us having messed around and not done it.
But then there's so many people now, they're like scientists or whatever. They're like, we don't even have the technology, the ability now
To
get
go to the moon.
Because like there's
That's
like the
wild.
asteroid belts and like all this kind of stuff they're gonna run into. And
Interesting. I have a group chat with a bunch of my buddies, and we've been talking about a lot of conspiracy theory stuff lately. And it reminds me, when I was younger, I think I used to do deep dives into conspiracy theories.
yeah,
Like you find out about one, and you spend like an afternoon just researching it for fun. I haven't done that in a long time.
oh, it's a blast.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's great entertainment.
think of it. Okay, so like Katy Perry, Richard Branson, like all these people, like money is no object. You're telling me that they just like popped up into space and came back down and didn't go, we should go to the moon. We should go, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's like 10% of the cost to just like touch
go up
the
and
outer
back.
atmosphere. Yeah.
I don't think they go very high. All those like commercial space flights, I think they're like Deric is saying, they just touch space.
And then like, what's the gain? What are you gaining from going to the moon? Like we get for the first time, obviously like bragging rights. But then you go back now, you're just like
Science.
what? You're like the 500th guy to make an epoxy table and put out a video about it.
yeah,
What does that mean?
true.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's true.
I mean, by that logic, everybody in the Olympics is on. So everybody who's not going to get the gold should just, as soon as one guy wins any event, they should just be like, okay, screw it.
Well, I wouldn't finish the event.
You wouldn't finish the event if you were
No,
in
I'm kidding.
second place and the guy in front of you crossed the finish line. You're like, oh, I'm out.
Well, you got to hope that like you get your second place and then they get disqualified for doping or something later on and you retroactively get the gold.
True. I wonder how often that happens these days. I think they're pretty serious about the drug testing at the Olympics now.
Come on.
Now you think they're still doping?
You're
100%.
okay.
I guess
1,000%.
yeah, you're probably right. It's always an arms race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling me that if your entire livelihood was based upon your physical activity level, that you wouldn't take some stuff to make sure that you recover a little faster and then come on.
Well, okay. Well, what about YouTube? We make YouTube videos for a living.
Yeah.
Would you ever take Adderall so you could like sit at your desk and edit all day?
And just rip through a script and edit it. Yeah.
And just could like make the all the short form content that you ever wanted to make.
That's you bring up a valid point. Yeah, that's going to be the next Netflix documentary, the doping scandal and YouTube
Netflix.
creators.
Yeah. I mean, I would be surprised if there were some creators who do that because there are some parts of the job that are an absolute slog. So this will pick me up that could get me through it. I'm kind of tempted.
I guarantee it's the ones that are storyboarding everything out beforehand.
Do you think so? Yeah.
I was going to say the ones that are storyboarding out children's content.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Have you ever seen any of those like Netflix kids shows? Or not Netflix, YouTube kids shows?
No.
It's...
I caught parts of them, but yeah.
I have a nephew who's like 4 or 5 years old, and he watches a couple kids' YouTube channels, and it's just like the most inane content, but it's all adults making it.
Yeah.
It's like grown men like acting stuff out and being like funny and silly, and it's like, I wonder how you even have the idea to do that or like the drive to...
These are the same guys that grew up watching Steve from Blue's Clues. That's their inspiration right there.
You think so? They're just,
true.
Yeah, like let's just make Blue's Clues, but on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when Baby Shark takes off, it's like, well,
yeah,
I got to do that too.
like I understand. Like I've seen, like I got friends that have got kids and stuff like that, and like I understand when like the kids are watching like other kids. Like I know there's one kid that like his whole channel is he just like opens toys and like reviews toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. I 100% get that.
Yes.
Which he got a whole toy line off of that too.
Did he really?
Really?
Yeah, like they did like a whole toy line from that.
That's got to be the parents kind of
Oh yeah,
prodding the kids.
Yeah.
Keep doing it too, though, right? Like, I'm sure for the first few videos, he was like really excited about opening the new Batman toy, but then by 55,
it's like I don't want to open any more toys.
yeah, it's like come on.
You see all the interviews with the parents, and they're like, "Oh no, it's totally his choice. If he wants to quit, we'll quit anytime."
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But so then, like, who does YouTube send the 1099 to? The kid or the parents?
No, I
Or
think
the
definitely
parents.
the parents. I don't think
the
you
parents
can-
act as managers, and then they have to set aside a certain amount for the child, and then
is
they
that
can
like a US
They can
law or
recoup so
something?
much. Yeah,
Is that
They can
applies
recoup
even
so
to
much.
YouTube?
I believe it should.
I
Now,
know
that's
how
the
it works,
caveat is that YouTube is like a little bit of a gray area, and they don't
Yeah.
have as much like protection because it's not part of like the Screen Actors Guild and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like
thought
a
it was
little
the
bit more of
Film
like an
Actors
honor
Guild.
system.
I love that movie. What was
It's so good.
it? Team America or something?
Yeah.
So is that what Sophie had to deal with when she was younger?
I mean, there was all sorts of crazy rules when she was a child actor. Like, you can only work so many hours. They had to
Right.
like tutor you on set. Yeah, but a lot of that stuff, like I think a lot of the like set aside X% of earnings for the future for the kid, like once they turn 18. That's all like in response to the Macaulay Culkin era, where all the parents stole all the money from the kids.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know if that stuff necessarily applied when she was acting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like on some, how do I say this? I don't think there's many kids out there who are like, I want to be an actor. It's almost always the parents like pushing for it, right?
Yeah.
And then to go to like all the auditions and blah, blah, blah.
I think there's kids out there that want to be actors until like they perhaps go through the process, and then that definitely peels off a bunch of them. But I know I've read like some biographies on some kid actors, and they've talked about how they always wanted to act or to be in acting, or they discovered it in high school doing plays and then got into acting.
I didn't know,
But
you see, 1 to 5 year olds on TV all the time, and it's like, no 1-year-old, no baby wants to be in a movie. Like, that's strictly the parent being like, I want to get this kid into acting, right?
Yeah.
Can't even.
Or it's like a producer that's like, I got a kid, we'll put him in there. Like a lot of times it's like actor, like people that are already in the industry, they put their kids in like roles for like children, like babies, like where they, before they can talk really or make those types of decisions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they get paychecks and they're able to put that money aside for them. So they get them in early to do all that kind of stuff. I mean, the altruistic way of looking at it, I suppose, would be that. Whereas I'm sure there's definitely a lot of like abuse, like parents that are like, well, this is just an extra way to make income, and they just come to work basically.
I mean, what else would the motivation be when you're trying to put your 2-year-old into a Gerber baby commercial?
Right.
It's not like
set them up for college, I guess, maybe.
Totally. But it's got to be monetary, and it's
100%.
Yeah, can you imagine like? I don't know what the laws and regulations are. Let's say you could, put $5,000 or $10,000 into a retirement account for a kid that's 6 months old and never touch it. Are you freaking kidding me?
True. Yeah, that's gonna be worth a lot of money by the time they're 18.
Yeah.
Right. And then like, okay, then you don't touch it until they're 65, and it's just like, boom, you funded their retirement with, $5,000 or $10,000 just because it just multiplies. Like, that'd be crazy, right?
Compound growth, baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, completely switching topics. So last time in our lumberyard hangout, formerly known as BIYOC.
You said you have an epiphany.
Yeah. Like some Photoshop stuff.
I did an epiphany once.
That one got me. That one really got me. So I don't even pretend to be competent at Photoshop. I would say I'm a 0.5 out of 10.
Mhm.
You know, like I could, do some layers, do some mask, move things around, throw some text on it, whatever. Well, you were showing that like object selection thing.
Yeah, very handy.
You basically are taking like the lasso tool and going like a crazy design, and then it uses AI to say, okay, so in this crazy selection that you just made, I'm going to try to find the shape that I think that you outlined, right?
Yeah.
Well, so after we had that whole call, I was like, all right, I'm going to pull up Photoshop. I'm going to start trying to select stuff. And I go select that. And I'm like, why is it only letting me select as like a box?
A box, yeah.
Not a freeform thing.
Yeah.
So then I found out that pretty much every tool in Photoshop, you have the ability to change like what the cursor does. So you can make it like a brush. You can make it a box selecting.
Yeah.
You can make it a like a free form like lasso. But nowhere does it even like tell you that or show you that. You just kind of have to know that that's an option.
I think I found that by watching a tutorial of somebody. I was like, I was basically trying to make a thumbnail, and I was like, oh, I need to be able to like select this object. And so I was watching somebody else do it. And they're like, and then you go up here and you click the
Object
instead of it
selection.
being a box, it's like a free select option or something like
And I
that.
was like, what?
Oh, it's like, yeah, that changes the game for it. It makes it so much more powerful. But this is the thing about Photoshop that drives me nuts is like, sometimes you click on a tool and then hidden underneath it, it's like 5 variations of that tool.
Yeah.
And then other times you click the tool and then in a separate like properties area, there's 5 different variations. Of
or
the
it's on the
tool.
top toolbar.
Yeah, and it's like never clear where it is. To me, it never seems like there's a logical layout to it. I'm sure, maybe Adobe's got some grand plan that they're working towards, but
It's like, can you imagine writing a technical manual for Photoshop?
Oh,
That'd be a nightmare.
it would be a nightmare and it would be out of date instantly.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
See, I remember a time whenever I first started on Photoshop, those were all separate. The lasso, the square, and the circle select were all separate items.
Yeah. I
And then they
remember that.
introduced the magnet select, and that was like,
Whoa.
big deal.
Yes. Yeah. I remember messing around with the magnet selector back in the day. I never touched that now, but it's still in there.
Yeah.
But like, just learning that changed the way I've been editing a bunch of thumbnails and stuff like that. Dude, I can rip through thumbnails now.
Yes. All of a sudden, masking and creating layers becomes so much easier.
Effortless.
Yeah.
And now there's object select where you don't even have to use the lasso. You just click on yourself and it'll highlight you and separate you out.
Yep. Yeah.
And it works pretty damn well.
Pretty good. Yeah. It's even in Premiere Pro now. You can object select different things and mask them out, and you can have it keyframe it for you so it'll track it.
Yeah. It's done that for a while where it would like you could mask something in Premiere and then you could say, okay, track this object through this entire clip, and it would do it automatically for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would get a little squirrely and it would like shoot off to the side of the screen or something like that. But most of the time for the last couple of years, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. And now they've added the object select, which is even better.
So like that would be really good. So like some people don't want their license plate of their car to show up.
Great example.
But the car is moving across the screen, where you could use that AI thing to basically, put a blurred box over that, but it moves all over the screen and stuff like that.
Whereas previously you would have had to do it manually, frame by frame. Be like, okay, now the license plate here. Next frame, it's moved 10 feet to the right. Okay, move the blur over here.
Or you can have that where you walk in front of the text and it's behind you.
Oh,
effect.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty just chimed in with something I'm not familiar with. The portrait selection stuff in the Camera Raw filter is unreal. Giving yourself that bright Mr. Beast thumbnail look is so easy. I'm going to have to poke around with that.
Portrait selection? Oh, yeah, I'll have to try that too. Yeah, Camera Raw is kind of interesting because Camera Raw is essentially Lightroom, but it's inside of Photoshop. I use it a lot to adjust contrast, make things brighter, et cetera, et cetera. So it is,
I find
very
that's
handy.
way more powerful than trying to use like the layer adjustment tools.
100%. Yes.
But then the only complaint about that is with camera roll. If you have something masked, it kind of shows the entire image as you're editing it. Or maybe I'm not using it right.
You might not be using it right, because when I do it, it just applies to one layer at a time, and it only shows the layer that I'm editing.
In like the preview window?
In the preview window,
Okay.
yeah. So maybe there's like a setting or something you have to
okay.
tick off.
Camera raw filter portrait selection. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down right now, Scott. Thanks, brother. But so like as I was editing all these thumbnails and stuff like that, I've spent so much time saying like, okay, well, like I see all these different fonts and stuff. Like I want to have a font that when, it's a super postage stamp size, it's easy to read. I'm like, okay, I think I found a font that I like. And then I'm like, all right, so I want to basically put an outline on it. And in Photoshop, that's known as a stroke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so I would go put a stroke on it. And I'm like, but now this just makes the letters look like too skinny and weird. So again, I was going through some online tutorials, just trying to learn something. I didn't know. And this was my epiphany. You have the ability to put basically the outline. So everybody think of like a router or a saw, right?
Yeah, true.
You mark a line. Do you want to cut on the line, inside the line, or outside the line? I didn't know you could change that. And when I did, I was like, why was I spending days looking for new fonts when all I needed to do was move the stroke to the outside?
Photoshop is insanely powerful, but it's not logically laid out. And I guess I'm going to keep harping on this. But so many functions are buried so deep in the product. Like even the ability to add a stroke to text is like not intuitive where it is. It's not like in the text.
All the way down.
Yeah.
I don't like using it for generating thumbnails. I like using Adobe Illustrator for the thumbnails, but I'll use the Photoshop to, highlight out and like cut out sections or whatever, do my layers, and then I'll put it all together in Illustrator. I feel like it's a little more powerful for something like that.
For me, I want to have it all in one space. So I just open up Photoshop and I can edit the photo. I can edit the masking. I can edit the text.
Yeah.
Everything.
You can edit the photo in Photoshop, then take that Photoshop file and drop that into your Illustrator as a layer. And then layer up everything on top of that. They're all pretty like interchangeable as far as that's concerned. Like I'll take my artwork from Illustrator a lot of times and I'll drop it into Premiere Pro and use it in videos for like layout overlays and stuff like that. It's great because then whenever you edit it in Adobe or Illustrator, it automatically updates in whatever the other program is.
That's one of the ways that Adobe keeps you hooked on their stuff is because all their programs play pretty nicely together. Like you can do the same thing if you want to deep edit audio clip in one of your videos. You can export it to Adobe Audition, tweak it, maybe put a little reverb on it, whatever you want to do, and then it automatically gets sent back to Premiere, and it's all seamless and perfect. And
Well, Keith brings up a good point. He said Photoshop is not for text generation because it's not a vector. It turns it into an image. Is that the rasterizing thing?
Yeah. So it will rasterize the text for some things, but I believe it keeps it as a vector until the last minute if it can.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe Keith's using. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what Keith's saying, but I think the newer versions of Photoshop, it keeps the text as a vector.
And then that's where I find dropping it all into Illustrator is so much more handy because then you take that text and you can turn it into objects and then you can manipulate it to like adjust, like, you want your H to be a little taller, you want to do a funky slant or whatever. And it's a lot easier to do it there than in Premiere Pro or
that makes
Photoshop.
Sense.
Yeah, I've never really spent the time necessary to learn really anything about Illustrator. I know whenever I'm working with a graphic designer, they'll send me Illustrator files and stuff like that. I think graphic designers love Illustrator. But for me, Photoshop has always been powerful enough to get anything I need done for thumbnail.
Get the job done for sure.
Yeah.
Well, see, now this is funny because now John from Biscuitry, he said he was chatting with a thumbnail expert the other day and created about 10 variations on a thumbnail for me in seconds using Nano Banana.
Yeah.
And then did fine adjustments in Photoshop, which for everybody who doesn't know, I didn't know this until yesterday. That's like the Google Gemini image thing.
Yes.
Which is mind-blowingly better than the Chat GPT image creation.
You
Very
might say
good.
it's bananas.
Now, so I have an idea for a thumbnail that I want to do for my next upcoming video. And I'm thinking I'm just going to take a picture of myself standing in my office, no preparation in the background, holding a box. And then I'm going to pipe that into Nano Banana Pro and say, make it look like I'm standing outside and replace this box and make it look like a computer on my arms. Do you think I have to do the AI declaration for the video on YouTube then?
I don't know. You might have to Google that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good point.
I believe so for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, on YouTube, you upload a video, it asks you tons of questions like,
yes,
are there paid promotions? So like,
has
did
this
you do
ever
an
been on
ad?
TV?
Yeah,
Are there kids involved?
Are there kids
Are there
involved?
Yeah.
Is it made for kids?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And one of them is, it asks like, do you have profanity? Do you have like, guns or like political topics and stuff like that? One of the other ones is there AI generated content in this video?
And it's kind of got some specific verbiage that's like, that makes it look like a person did a thing that they didn't do or something like that. I'm not, it's pretty specific.
It's kind of like it reads like they want you to point out anytime you're using AI in a way that falsifies what people are seeing and they can't discern the difference.
Yes. So if I'm trying to make like a cartoony thumbnail, and there's not going to be any AI generated video clips in the video, but to generate the thumbnail, is that?
If you're using Nano Banana, the thing is, it puts that little watermark at the bottom corner.
Yeah, but let's be real. A quick little Photoshop session gets rid of that pretty
That's true.
quick.
She's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Take the heel brush, draw over it.
So let's table the thumbnail question for now. Let's same question, but let's move it to a different spot. Okay. You have a middle of 50% through the video. You do a shot of whatever you're making, and it's it's lying on your desk, it's running on a workbench, and in the background you got a bunch of cables, you got a bunch of power cords, whatever, and you're like, well, I want this to look kind of like a cleaner, like panning shot, so I'm going to use AI to just take out that stuff in the background.
Have you tried ever doing that?
No, but what I'm saying is, like, would you think you then need to be like, there's AI manipulated content in this, because I'm not, the subject of the video hasn't been created by AI. I'm cleaning up and simplifying a background.
Yes. Yeah. Again, I think that would be okay. I don't think you'd have to click the disclosure because of the verbiage that's around it. It's,
It would be interesting. I don't know how effective this would be. Don't have the experience for it. Maybe you guys do. If you used AI content in one of your videos, just like a little bit, but it's not noticeable.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of your video, you make a statement of, I need to preface up front that there is some AI used in this video, and just leave it there. And then see if you get engagement in the comments of people like, I spotted it here. Or,
what it is. My next video that's coming out, there's I had AI generate a graph for me. It's very upfront early in the video. It's just like basically like an infographic to illustrate the point I was trying to make. But it's something that would have taken me probably hour to make in Photoshop. I would have used Photoshop, not Illustrator, like I probably should.
Is it animated?
It's not animated, just simple like still image. Sure. But I said, like take these 4 graphics cards, chart out their power usage and the date that they came out or something like that.
Yeah.
So it had to do a little research in order to like fill out the graph as well. which is kind of cool. So it found the data, then it graphed the data, and it like made it look appealing and nice. And it did in like 30 seconds or however long it takes.
So does that make you feel like you need to say there's AI content in your video?
I don't know. So I
don't feel like it does.
Do you want me to read the disclosure that
Oh, please. Yeah, you have
okay.
pulled up.
Okay, the following yes/no question appears in Creator Studio. Do any of the following describe your content? That's okay. This is as it pertains to AI. Make a real person say or do something they didn't say or do.
Okay.
Alter
so no, in our case.
Yes. Alter footage of a real event or place.
Maybe in the panning shot case.
Maybe, right? And then generate a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur.
Definitely in the panning the case.
Well, it did actually occur, but you're just like
it.
cleaning it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's ambiguous. And I think that's on purpose.
Yeah. Okay, you can answer no in the following cases, according to YouTube. Clearly unrealistic content, such as animations or someone riding a unicorn through a fantastical world, color adjustments or lighting filters, special effects like background blur or vintage blur, beauty filters or other visual enhancements.
See that the black background blur and the visual enhancements like coloring and stuff like that makes me think maybe the panning shot would pass through the mustard.
Yeah.
That's basically a blur.
But then like the whole beauty filter thing, that seems kind of disingenuous, right? It's just like, hypothetically, you're I don't know, you're a makeup channel, right?
Yeah, and you're just
and it makes your skin look perfect. Well, that could be AI. That's very disingenuous. You're now trying to sell some sort of makeup product that didn't actually make you look that way.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Slippery slope.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a very fine line. I don't think I'm gonna. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. Should I check the box for my little graph?
So let me ask you guys this: as connoisseurs of YouTube content, have you ever seen anything on your homepage? I know that you just scrub your mouse over it and a little upper box says paid promotion, includes paid promotion or whatever the hell it is. What does it say if someone has AI content?
Yeah.
I've not seen it. I've not seen
neither
it.
have I. Maybe it's just a very similar thing. Maybe it's just a little
that's a good question.
Bubble that pops up that says, hey, there's some AI content in this video.
So, Deric, you haven't seen one of these disclaimers on a video, have you?
No. I'm looking it up right now.
It's just very odd to me. But, yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting thing to see how it progresses. But,
to me, the disclosure thing is, it kind of seems like what they're getting at, and I don't know if they're doing this perfectly, but they don't want you to trick people. They don't want you to put up a YouTube video where it's like, the president of France is being shot, and here's a video of it or whatever, right?
Here's how I survived jumping off a skyscraper with no safety gear.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
This is very interesting, but along the lines of this AI thing, and I know we talk about it a lot, but I think it's one of these topics that's becoming more prevalent, and it changes so rapidly. Is I'm a big Chat GPT guy, truthfully, because me not knowing a lot about AI, that was one I was like, okay, I'm familiar with this as a website. I could log in, I'll pay $20 a month, whatever. Yeah. I was pretty happy with it.
Yes.
The other day, just for fun, I was like, I hear Deric and Uzak always talking about Google Gemini. I was like, whatever, I'm pop over there, give it a shot. I very quickly learned that different AI platforms are dramatically different.
Yeah.
In with their output and what they give you.
Yes.
ChatGPT likes to give you walls of text that can be very wrong.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And Google Gemini was like, I found Google Gemini really good for thought-provoking back and forth, like brainstorming session.
Okay.
And so
It's
I was
great for
asking,
gathering information.
yeah. And I also found that it was giving me more human-like, more personal, more realistic things. So like, say, for example, hey, here's my whole script for a video. I'm kind of thinking of, this, and this for like a title thumbnail idea. Give me some things that you think might work well. ChatGPT might give you 75 titles, no problem, and only like 7 of them are something you'd even contemplate using. Google Gemini was giving me like a dramatically larger proportion of good feedback.
Okay.
And it seemed to be more targeted.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know Scott claims by or swears by Claude, which I haven't started messing around with too much. And I've heard Claude is really good for writing.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And like human, like kind of like copying your voice in a way that it can write for you.
Stylistically, yeah. I've found Gemini. I've given it like one of my scripts. And I've said, I tried to get it to rewrite one of my scripts.
Sure.
So that it was more condensed and more, to the point. And what it gave back was like, it's not my style. Like, it just doesn't sound like me. I tried reading it. I was like stumbling over my words. I was like, screw it. And I threw it in the trash, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you talk to Gemini about that kind of stuff, it even says, don't use me to write your scripts.
Yeah.
Use me to gather ideas and aggregate information for you. But don't use me to create a voice or a script or anything like that. And it's pretty accurate.
You're saying Gemini said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh, Joe.
Because I like to have conversations with it and talk and interrogate it.
So Joe just brought up a good point, and he said, "Did you turn off the ego stroke?"
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
All the goddamn AIs are like, oh, that's a great point. Oh, you have such good insight on the subject. You were so amazing at this and that. And it's like, shut up and just answer my question. Like, stop, stop trying to like build me up at every opportunity. It's just, I don't know. It comes off as super disingenuous. It's like if a real person did that to you, you would never want to hang out with them.
It's that active listening. And I've told it, I've said, don't do this.
Yeah.
Just give me the answers. I don't want all the fluff. I just want to get, to the point. I want the blunt answers or the truth. And now it prefaces on everything with, here's the blunt truth. And then it'll like go, I'm like, God damn it.
So is this something that you can go in like your settings and like, is this like a global settings parameter?
I have it pulled up right now and I can't really find anything.
It's not, you have to ask it, like, how do I build a profile of myself with you? And then they'll give you a link to like where your profile information is. And you can go in there and it's just like a text doc and you can go in there and add stuff to it, like preferences and things like that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll try that at some point.
Or you can chat with it and build out your profile and then say, save this to your long-term memory for me or something like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because when you're like coming up with ideas for concepts or thumbnails or titles or projects or whatever, like don't just go, that's a great idea. If it's a crappy idea, be like,
yes.
I don't know.
If it's a bad idea, I need you to tell me it's a bad idea. But realistically, I'm still skeptical whether or not AI can really tell you what's a good title and thumbnail. I don't know if it has.
It can't. But what you can ask it is you can say, I'm working on this and give it as much detail as you can.
Yeah.
What across YouTube right now is trending
That's what I was doing,
matches this or, what ideas can you gather? And then it'll give you some pretty useful information there.
It kind of helps you get to like, if you want to think of it a map, it gets you to the right city.
Yeah.
But you still got to figure out what street and what house to get to.
Okay.
But sometimes figuring out what city and state to get to, you're like, I can't. I'm stuck in Montana, but like, Texas, that's where I want to go to. And it's just like, okay, now I'm in the ballpark and I can start it kind of gives you a really good jumping off point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Circling back to, I think the Nano Banana Pro thing, just to
That's the
touch
Google Gemini image creator, right?
image, yeah. So when it first came out, I used it a couple times, and it was good. It's very powerful. Like you could say, generate a thing, and it would generate it for you, basically how you asked. But one area that I found they really improved it lately is being able to ask for revisions in plain text and actually getting usable results. So
ChatGPT cannot do that.
yeah, and the old Nano Banana Pro couldn't do that either. Like I would say, generate a scene of like two cars smashing into each other,
Sure.
or something like that. And you'd say, okay, that looks great, but make one of the cars green and make the other one red. And then it would just generate a completely new scene for you. And it but
and then
now
it's got
it'll
two
actually,
snakes button heads or something.
Yeah.
or like it would just start from scratch. Now it'll actually
Iterate.
keep everything the same except change the color of the two cars. And you can like go through multiple rounds like that, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's pretty good at that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
like the one that I showed you guys at the BYOC last time. That was a Nano Banana one that it generated for me. And that
And
was
it
like
looked good.
one
Yeah.
prompt and it gave me that.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
So that's-
I
screwed.
like it.
That's why I was thinking to use it for thumbnail generation instead of just messing around in Photoshop, because I know what I want in my head and I
Yep.
could get there in Photoshop, but it's going to take me multiple hours of like layers and composition. I'm wondering if I can just, and I'm going to try this with my next video, is just start with a base image of me
Yep.
and then like slowly coach it into what I want.
Yeah.
Just it might take me like 10 prompts to get there or whatever, and then as soon as I get that close enough, dump that into Photoshop, tweak it, slap it on, and it's good to go.
There you go.
I mean, it would certainly make the idea better because, like, we all have like these ideas. You're like, okay, I want to be like me standing, holding something, and like pointing to it. But then it's like, I don't even know how to like compose that photo in real life.
Yeah.
Is me standing going to be a separate photo? And then I lay that on top of something else. Like,
Yeah.
it becomes challenging, right?
Yes. Yeah.
See-
So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm just going to do a very straightforward photo, maybe make myself holding something, and then I'll just like one thing at a time, I will change the image until it looks like what I want it to look like.
I was having a conversation with it yesterday, actually, and similar topic. And it made a very good observation on itself. It says, I'm like winning the lottery. I'm just going to 100x multiply what you give me. So whenever you win the lottery, if you're an asshole, you're 100 times an asshole. But if you're a good person, you're 100 times a good person. And it's the same thing with like you as a creator. If you're a good creator, you can work with it and create better stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're a crap creator, it's not going to
That
just
makes
generate
sense.
something for you.
Yeah.
Gonna curate junk.
Yes.
Well,
I
Which
can-
I was like, that's a good one.
There's definitely a lot of truth to that. Yeah, it's an interesting era, and I think it's like a tool, but it still needs to be used wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess because I've started to explore these multiple AI, what are you programs models the
Agents,
correct-
models,
agents?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys started doing that, and or are you like, well, I pretty much just use all this one?
I pretty much just use Gemini. I've tried a little bit with ChatGPT, and I found what you were saying earlier, Eric, like the wall of text thing. Like I tried to get it to help me troubleshoot something, and it just gave me like 3 pages for what realistically could have been condensed into like 5 bullet points.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just ain't for me.
Have you gone into Notebook LM, which is like another offshoot of Gemini?
No, I haven't.
So with that one, I find it's great for what I'll do is I dump in all the transcripts, like say from this podcast. I'm going to dump in all the transcripts as we go. And then it's great for crunching down large amounts of data that Gemini would struggle with because it's just too much data for it to collate. But it's really good at that, but it's not good at like the creative stuff. It's just really good at like crunching large amounts of data. So you can give it that and like links and like different documents and stuff like that. And you can ask it questions on them and it'll like go through all of them for you pretty efficiently. So
it almost seems like what we're discovering maybe in real life and during this during this discussion is like that these AI models are similar to tools. Like you might have a certain tool that does this one thing really, really well, but you can't expect to just have one tool for all of your making. You gotta have to have something. This is good at image generation. This is good at idea generation. This is good at text. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't
Absolutely.
think we've discovered that, or I don't think anyone's being forthright in saying that, hey, listen, if you want image generation, you should go use these guys. But if you want this is where to be at. Like, everyone wants theirs to be the Google search engine, right? Like the all-encompassing thing. But I think that's
The Adobe
disingenuous.
suite.
Yeah, it's just like the big suite. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think, and I maybe this is just my bias showing here, but I do think Google has created one of the most comprehensive suites of AI tools.
I can tell you that after using Gemini for like 1 or 2 days, I'm almost 95% going to cancel my Chat GPT subscription.
Sure. I mean, it's nice that the primary reason I started using it is because it came bundled with, storage and YouTube Premium and all, but it's all just wrapped up for like $25 a month or something like
Which
that.
For some reason I can't get, because I even showed you guys and you're like, oh, it must be like a legacy offer or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just ask Gemini? How can I bundle your services with?
That's good. That's good.
No,
because I mean, I already
It might be
write
part
off
of Google
YouTube
One now.
Premium.
Yeah. I do worry that it's atrophying my brain because whenever I have a question, I just immediately open the Gemini app and I'm like,
I do the same thing.
I know, like, yeah.
But I found it's really great for like avoiding those internet deep dives on things that like you don't need to spend hours looking into. Like I can just ask it quick questions and get quick answers and not have to like go down 10 rabbit holes.
Yeah, rather than going through like 3 or 4 enthusiast forums to find the answer to this obscure question. It's like Google will just index all of that and give it right back to you.
All right. Perfect example. So yesterday I was taking the Honda Fit to the gym, 2010 Honda Fit. Thing drives like a dream. It's got not trying to brag or anything. It's like a 1.6 liter engine, 4 cylinders.
All you need? Yeah.
5-disc CD changer in a trunk. Yeah.
No. It doesn't have a CD player.
Oh.
It's got about 115 horsepower, I'd say. I mean, this thing is an absolute tank. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to make you guys jealous. So I was pulling out of the driveway. And I hear this noise that I'd never heard before. It sounded like somebody playing like a drum or like a really thick rubber band going like boing. I'm like, well, that's not good.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm driving a little bit. It seems fine. Like I'm like, all right, test my steering, test my brakes. Like it's not like my alignment's messed up or anything, whatever. So I was like, all right, we're good. I'm just not going to go on the highway. I'm just going to take the side streets to the gym. And it would like, when I would turn, but it wasn't consistent. I would hear this like, like this like rubber band noise. I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, well, I could call the shop and try to describe this rubber band Boing noise. And they're gonna be like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I was like, you know what? I'm going to type this in to AI. I was like, all right, here's what's going on. Pulled out of the driveway, heard this Boing. It sounds like a large rubber band thing. And I was like, okay, where is it coming from? And I was like, driver's side front of the car. They're like, does it seem like it's coming from underneath you, behind you to the side? I was like, no, definitely in front. They're like, all right, cool. They're like, can you do this? They're like, with the car in park, turn your wheel all the way left, turn your wheel all the way to the right. Does it do it? And I was like, yes, it does. And they're like, okay, now try doing this. Does it do it? No, it doesn't. And so like it was taking me through these steps, and it was like, all right. So what I think it is, and I'm not a car person, the strut mount.
Okay.
There's some like rubber component in there that's basically a spring, and as you turn, it rotates and also shifts the weight a little bit. And so the spring was basically getting like tensioned up, and then once it would kind of like would release, the string would go boing. And I was like, that could be it. And so I was like, all right, well, how much is this going to cost me? And they're like, oh, it'll be between like $800 and $1,500, kind of just depending on what all they have to replace. If they're replacing, both struts or just this component of it. And I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of helpful. And I was like, is it dangerous to drive? They're like, nah, you're fine.
Did you follow it up with a, can I do this on my own?
That's where my mind was going. Like, how hard is this? Can I do this with like limited knowledge and not too many tools?
Oh, I didn't go there. I should though.
Because it could be that all you have to do is, like undo a couple bolts. Right. Although if it's a strut mount, it might be a little complicated. But it's worth asking because I don't know. Honda Fit's pretty simple, so it might not be that hard.
I know. And the thing is, then I was talking to Miranda about it. I was like, well, we're planning on buying a new car when it warms up. Because I was like, do you want to go look for a car? She was like, I do, but it's cold outside.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do anything when it's cold out.
Fair. So I'm like, I really don't want to put a bunch of money into this if we're just going to sell it in 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? And like, listen, it's a 2010. Like, what are you going to get? Like 3,000 or 4,000 for it? Like
on a Fit? I don't know, dude. Let's see.
I don't know, like Google. Okay, maybe 5 or 6. I know what I'm saying. It's not like you're getting $20,000 out of cars. If you put in $1,200, it's like, whatever. It's like, I don't want to put in a quarter of what the car is worth and to fix this thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know, but the AI is just, it's helpful. It's a good tool to have, but you also have to know when you don't trust it.
So you're using AI outside your expertise zone, right?
Yeah, that's
so there
true.
is a chance, and wrong. It'll be very confident. It'll say, yeah, it's definitely the strut mount, like it's definitely binding up on itself and then springing back. It might just be making something up, and you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that I like to do, especially when I'm working outside my knowledge base, is I ask it to give me a test or something that I can do to confirm its diagnosis.
That's what I was asking.
Okay, I've found that it's true. You were saying that, like, you go all the way to the side. I would say something to it like, how can I visually inspect the strut mount to see, like, give me some sort of way that I can actually get in there and verify that that's actually wrong. So the last thing you want to do is show up to mechanic and be like, yeah, I need a new strut mount. And then they disassemble the car. Yeah, well, then they like disassemble the whole car and they're like, your strut mount's fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Or they'd replace it anyways and you drive away and it's still making the noise.
And it's still making the noise. Yeah. So just, again, a little tip for anybody who's working outside their comfort zone. Ask it to falsify itself or a test that would falsify its theory.
Don't be afraid to interrogate the AI.
Yeah, don't. It does that, again, it's like all the niceties and like platitudes and stuff that it gives you. It also will be very confident when it shouldn't be confident. Because I've had it give me a lot of bad diagnoses, especially trying to fix computer stuff. It gives me bad diagnoses all the time. And it's like, this is a smoking gun. Like, this is definitely it. And turned out not to be it at the end of the day. So,
I actually had it do that to me earlier today. I was wrapping up our taxes. And at the very end, it asked me, because I have kids, if I wanted to take advantage of the new Trump account is like a new thing that they have for kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird. I've never heard of this before. So I go over to Google and I'm like, what is it? And Google was like, because I was like, I'm in TurboTax and this thing came up and it goes, stop. Don't answer any questions. It sounds like you have a malicious thing going on. It sounds like a scam. And I'm like, no, it sounds like a scam. And I'm like, but then like it goes down this whole list of like how it's a scam and everything. I'm like, it's got a government website, and I type it in.
No, it's
like,
definitely not a scam. It's new.
I was like, this is the website that it's pointing me to. Yeah, and it was like, no, that could be a malicious website. And I'm like, okay. And then I go on irs.gov and I find it, and I'm like pasting that link, and I was like, here's another link from the IRS. Are you sure it's a scam? And then it looks at it and goes, oh, you know what? You're right. This isn't a scam. It's 100% legit. But I had to go back and forth a few times with it.
I would rather the model come back and say like, I'm not familiar with this. I would be, I would do some outside research before you continue. Give me that answer.
Yep.
Or like a percentage of like,
confidence. Like
Yeah.
I'm 50% sure this might be a scam or something like that. Yeah, it's not good at gray. It wants to give you a very firm answer in one direction. Then as soon as it decides on a path, it's like full speed ahead in that direction, which can be frustrating, or can be very detrimental at times too.
So I asked ChatGPT, are there any ways I can visually inspect and visually check that that's the problem? And it said, pop the hood and have someone slowly turn the wheel left to right, and you can see like, is there anything like visually jumping or thudding to kind of like narrow down where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Also while it's being turning, look down at the coil spring. If you see the bearing is binding, the spring might twist a little bit. You might see a snap back or something.
Yeah.
And then it also said that you might be able to spray a tiny amount of silicone lubricant where the spring meets the upper perch. Don't know what the hell that means, but I could figure it out.
Yeah.
And if that reduces the noise, then you know that that's what it is.
Okay. So
that's helpful.
Yeah, very helpful. Yeah. So
anything with like springs and coils in a car or like a garage door, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to touch that.
Good to be. Those springs pack a lot of punch,
especially in a 2010 Honda Fit.
Oh yeah, that thing's riding heavy.
It's fit.
I actually watched a YouTube video of a mechanic, and he was trying to use ChatGPT to diagnose what was wrong with the car. He knew what the problem was, so he was trying to see if the machine was as good as he was.
Did it
How
work?
to do?
It did okay. I think it led him down some bad paths, but he was able to do things that I didn't even know were possible. Like he was taking pages out of the service manual, like a PDF, uploading it and saying, like, based on this wiring diagram, like, where should I be looking? And then it would give him answers. So it was pretty impressive what it could do.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time that we head over to the after show, the bonus show.
Yeah.
If you will. So everybody, if you want to join us over there, head over to patreon.com/offthecutpodcast. We will catch you over there, or we'll catch you next week. We got some questions.
Either or. Yeah, we got some questions, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
We give a huge shout out to our returning top tier patrons:
Corey Duvall at Woodcraft and Honey.
Josh at Sawdust Builds.
Joe Welsh at Delaware Valley Workshop.
Goblin Spanker.
You can't say that anymore. Bill Burkle, WTB Woodworking.
Dadu said, yeah, buddy.
Building Creative.
Bailey Thompson.
RJ Russ.
Damon Pattison.
Bingo bango, you're done.
Zach, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I follow you.
You should stop.